Blessings! It is an honor to connect with you once again. Thank you for tuning in. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you some very potent codes and forms of awareness in which you can use to better understand yourself as well as apply to the bad habits that you may have fallen subject to. Food addictions, binge eating, anorexia, bulimia, these addictions are very, very real. Eating disorders are no less serious than drug addictions, and unfortunately, pretty much all of society has an eating disorder as of right now, meaning that they are addicted to these chemical, toxic foods that are actually poisoning their bodies. First of all, that is a disorder, and they don't even have awareness of their physical body and how these foods are actually making them feel. That is a full-on disorder. And those subconscious disorders can even amplify into actual disorders of binge eating or bulimia or refusing to eat, anorexia. Do not feel ashamed if you have any of these disorders because they are truly conditioned and programmed from society. Through the media, through billboards, through music, through pretty much like all of the information that is coming to us from society is basically encouraging these eating disorders and encouraging self-disempowerment. They basically intend for you to have low self-esteem and not be confident and basically just turn off your awareness so that you continue to buy these poisonous foods and toxify your body so that you're sick and you're not empowered. So really, truly do not feel ashamed. It is nothing to feel bad about yourself about. It is truly just something for you to overcome. And as you overcome this, I promise you, you will find a newfound empowerment, a newfound power and sovereignty within yourself. And that is medicine far beyond even just this moment, far beyond even just this problem. So know that it is all purposed. Eating disorders, binge eating, and food addictions stem from a lack of foundation. A lack of foundation within yourself, a lack of awareness and connection with your body and communication with your body so that you can actually understand what feels good and what doesn't feel good and what actually benefits me in the long term, as opposed to just the second that you're like putting it on your tongue palate and then swallowing it, because like literally minutes afterwards your body goes into this frenzy like, this doesn't actually feel good, this isn't helping, oh quick, get this out, remove, abort mission. Like simply just like listening to your body as you eat foods that are not good for you, or as you binge eat and continue to overeat when you are already satisfied, satiated, and full. If you listen to your body, it will speak to you. Eating disorders also stem from an instability during childhood. I know for me personally, I was on my own at a very young age, so I didn't have a place to live and I didn't even know where I was getting my dinner at night. So I personally developed a phase of binge eating because I wasn't sure where I was receiving my next meal. I wasn't sure when the next time I was going to be given food or being able to eat, and because I didn't have that foundation, I didn't have those resources readily available to me through a family or through a home that I was going to every night, I felt, okay, whenever I see food, I just need to eat it so that I make sure that I have enough to sustain me. And that caused a problem because we are abundant always. The universe always provides. And truly working through this has helped me in so many ways beyond just like experiencing the trauma of binge eating. Eating disorders can also stem from a dissatisfaction with reality. Basically like your soul is hungry, like you just aren't being fulfilled, you aren't being satiated from what you're experiencing. Many light workers experience this because we came to this earth plane and we're kind of just here, and often we're like disappointed in the humans, or like, what is this duality? I just don't understand it. And so we turn to food to satisfy us. It also stems from a lack of awareness of the body, not being fully integrated in this physical form in which we're currently expressing through. Also not having respect for this incredible temple, this incredible body, and instead just feeling the temporary desire to fulfill, and so we do these things that actually aren't fulfilling us in the long run. It's actually causing more dissatisfaction, more soul hunger. Eating disorders can also stem from an imbalance of diet, restricting yourself from eating something, and having a distorted perception as to how we should look. how we should look in order to be accepted by society or be valued by society. Like, this is all such a distortion. So food becomes a habit to change our internal state. If we're feeling tired or lazy or upset or unfulfilled, then we recognize that as we eat something and we literally put it into our bodies, our internal state, our emotional state, our mental state, our physical state, it alters, it changes. So food actually becomes this mechanism to occupy us and make us feel different. But really, turning to food and just eating more and more just adds more to your internal pot for you to process, for you to work through. It occupies your state of being. If you're feeling a certain way, there is a reason for that. And rather than turning to food or even any other type of addiction to suppress that and to occupy that feeling, if you choose not to do that, then you actually allow your body space, time, and energy to process and work through whatever it is that you're actually experiencing, the actual root of the issue. So from a chemical standpoint, our brains have two forms of existence. We have what's called the animal brain and we have the prefrontal cortex. The animal brain is not you. The animal brain basically just speaks to you. It is conditioned and also programmed. It's that voice that's like, oh, I want food, go eat food. But it's not the force that actually instructs you to do something, that actually initiates an action. That is the prefrontal cortex. So if you can differentiate the two and understand when a voice is coming from the animal brain, basically like in pattern, in cycle, conditioned and programmed, like, oh, donuts taste great, like maybe I should go eat the donuts. If you can actually take a step back and realize, whoa, that's actually not for my best good, and that's not my body speaking. Like, my body actually doesn't want that. My heart, my lungs, my organs, they will not thrive off of a fucking donut. They want nutrient-dense foods that are actually going to assist my body in functioning optimally. In attuning to that awareness, you basically bridge between the animal brain and the prefrontal cortex. And that bridge can initiate the prefrontal cortex, which instructs your actions to, instead of going and grabbing a donut or whatever your binge food is, and instead choosing something that actually is going to help you feel good, help you to thrive. So say you have the initial thought to binge eat. When that thought occurs in your mind, immediately tune your awareness to your physical body. How does your physical body feel on the inside from that thought? If you are in tune with your actual body, then you will realize your body is saying, no, I don't want to binge eat. That doesn't sound good. That is not a proper use of energy. That is not what I want. So in that moment, speak to your body. Show your body love and gratitude. Maybe ask your body, what is it that you want? What will make me feel really good? What will actually satisfy me in this moment? Tune into the truth of your actual being, of your vessel, because your body knows, your body is connected. And your body is separate from the animal brain. They're very different. Again, the animal brain is conditioned and programmed from society. It is just living in this habitual pattern and cycle that you have been functioning in. But your body actually knows. Your body is living in the now. Your body is fully present. So create an actual pattern interruption. Affirm to yourself out loud, I am in control. I choose to honor my body. Like literally whenever you feel the desire to binge eat or to purge or to do anything that is actually not good for your body, literally affirm to yourself out loud. Like look at yourself, hold yourself. I am in control. I choose to honor my body. I am in control. I choose to honor my body. And really say this to yourself as many times as you need. Like create a mantra out of it. Go into meditation about it. Like create an actual pattern interruption for yourself. Something else that you can do is literally when you have that thought or that feeling, jump up. Like jump up and do like some crazy physical movement. Like maybe shake yourself, like maybe like dance, maybe put on some music. Do something so that you get yourself out of that place of wanting to harm your body, to get yourself out of that self-destruction pattern and cycle. Free yourself, like literally free your body from it. Know that you can snap out of this pattern and cycle at any moment. any moment, like literally just decide that you are not going to be subject to it, that you are not going to fall victim to your own self-destructive ways. And speak this out loud to yourself. Again, like have a full-on conversation with yourself. You are here with you. We have so many different aspects of ourselves, our mind, our body, our soul, our spirit, our collective connection. Like allow these aspects to speak to each other so that they can come into harmony, so that they can come into alignment with each other. Something else that you can do when you are falling into the cycle or the pattern of desiring to binge eat or self-harm in any way is to associate the pain, the guilt, and the self-disappointment with this action. Like fully bring it to the surface. When I do this, I end up feeling this way. And fully feel how bad it feels to feel that way. Like no part of your body wants to feel that way. Bring it to the surface. Feed that energy and then clear it and remind yourself how good it feels to eat something healthy and how good it feels to honor your body with proportionate eating. Feel the pleasure that comes from that. Feel the lightness that comes from that. Integrate this feeling in a concrete way into your body. And then immediately replace this with an empowering alternative. Do something that actually is going to benefit you and your life. Maybe it's just reading a book, or maybe it's writing a poem, or it's journaling, or it's dancing, or it's singing, or it's going out in nature, or it's talking to a friend, calling a friend. Do this immediately. Immediately upon realizing that you're falling into this cycle or this pattern where you're desiring to self-harm, associate the pain and the guilt with it, clear it, and instead imagine how good you feel and associate pleasure with honoring your body's needs, and then literally immediately do something that is going to make you feel good. So do this like right after. Fill your time with it, and also acknowledge and celebrate how much more energy and time you have to do things that actually do benefit you, that actually do propel you forward along your journey, and they feed your purpose. Ultimately, this is the direction in which we want to go. We want to succeed. Your higher self wants you to succeed, and so does your body. And again, in overcoming these desires and literally just retraining your brain and your mind will give you so many more tools, will literally download codes within you to help heal other aspects of yourself, and then also help heal other people through translating the knowledge that you have acquired through overcoming this. It is so powerful. It is so powerful. Also really important to get to the root of the issue. Perhaps you developed binge eating or an eating disorder because you actually have digestive issues. Maybe you're not processing food properly, or maybe you're not absorbing the nutrients of food properly. Maybe you have parasites. Honestly, most people do have parasites. If you have a cat or a dog, or you have basically just like lived subject to all the chemicals and toxins that are in our food and that is being sprayed into our environment, then you most likely have parasites. I had parasites. We all have parasites. Super important if you feel like there may be other energies that are feeding off of your food and your nutrients within you and possibly like demanding more food or demanding sweets or cravings. It may not even be you. You may possibly be hijacked by another force like parasites within you. So maybe you should try a parasite cleanse. Again, super important to just honor your body. If you are looking to overcome an eating disorder or binge eating, then it's important to not diet. And when I say not diet, I don't mean just like eat whatever. Still eat what is in alignment with your body, what will help your body feel good and fuel your organs. But do not restrict yourself from eating things just because you think it's gonna make you fat. That is not how you overcome binge eating. In fact, you have to fully become okay and comfortable with your body fluctuating through different phases and cycles as you're healing. Again, this is all part of the process, and really like, what is the purpose of looking good if you don't feel good? And if you're not honoring your soul's integrity, and if you're not listening to your body, and you're not in clear communication with your actual being, with your actual form. It's like such a hilarious concept. Looking good, in terms of society's claims, holds no substance in comparison to actually feeling good and being in divine connection with your body. So yes, I hope that these tools helped. I hope that these little downloads have created some awareness, some realizations, some epiphanies within you. Definitely try the process that I've suggested. And yeah, I would love to hear your experience with binge eating or eating disorders or anything, any self-destructive habit that you've experienced. I'd love to hear your experience in the comments below, and possibly you'll help someone else who happens to read your comments. Like, let's keep this going. Let's just be real and authentic and open with what we're going through, because so many people are going through the exact same thing. And once we stop demonizing it and thinking that we are the victims of it, instead take control of it and just become aware of what's actually occurring, then we can create this revolution. That's what needs to happen. We need to just be fully true, authentic, and open with what we're going through and what we're feeling. So yeah, overcoming binge eating as a child has been so major and so key for me. And I still observe sometimes I'm like, oh, feeling inclined to overeat. But then I just have to snap back to myself and I'm like, wait, my body doesn't want more food. So what aspect of me is craving more food? And then I'm like, oh, okay, it's really just because I'm craving stimulation, like I'm gonna go for a run, or I'm craving satisfaction, like I'm gonna write a poem. I just now have altered my way of dealing with things. It's not that these desires never come back again, it's just that we change how we handle them, we change how we react to them. So yes, I love you all. You are worthy and deserving of being happy and healthy and vibrant and functioning in your optimal state. So blessings.